Hello guys, today we will know about JWT Basic Concept. JSON Web Token JWT is a JSON object that is defined in RFC 7519 as a safe way to represent a set of information between two parties. This information can be verified and trusted because it is digitally signed. JWT can be signed using a secret with the SMAC algorithm or a public or private key pair using RSA. Although JWT can be encrypted to also provide secrecy between parties. The token is composed of a header, payload, and a signature. Let's explain some concept. How we can send JWT compact, because there is a smaller size. JWT can be sent through a URL, post parameter, or inside and HTTP headers. Additionally, the smaller size means transmission is fast. Self-content. The payload contains all the required information about the user, avoiding the need of query the database more than once. When should you use JSON Web Token? One is authentication, second is information access. Authentication. This is the most common scenarios of using JWT. Once of the user is logged in, each subsequent request will include the JWT, allowing the user to access routes, service, and resources that are permitted with that token. Single sign-on features that widely use JWT nowadays because it is a smaller overhead and it is ability to be easily used across different domains. Information exchange. JSON Web Token are good way of securely transmission information between parties because JWT can be signed, for example, using public or private key pairs. You can be sure the sender are who they say they are. Additionally, as the signature is calculated using header and payload, you can also verify the content hasn't been tampered with. JWT Architecture. At first, user when sign in using ID password or Facebook or Google, etc., and user send request to authenticate server. Authentication server generate a token, and this token return to the user again. When user make any API calls, then only token sent to the application server, and finally application server verify the token and processes API call. So when second time API call, there is no need to send user information, ID, password. Only we can pass the token for API call. Application server check the token and also verify and process API call. So now we will know JWT flow. The user first sign into the authentication server using the authentication server login system, username, password, Facebook login, Google login, etc. The authentication server then create the JWT and send to the user. When the user make API call to the application, the user passes the JWT along with the API call. In this setup, the application server would be configured to verify that is the incoming JWT are created by the authentication server. The verification process will be explained in the more details later. So when the user makes API call with the attached JWT, the application can use JWT to verify that is the API call is coming from an authenticated user. What is the JSON Web Token structure? It is compact from JSON Web Token consists of three parts separated by dots, which are header, payload, and signature. Therefore, JWT typically look like this. This is header X, and this is payload Y, and Z is signature. So now we will know about header. The header typically consists of two parts: the type of the token, and which is JWT, and the hashing algorithm being used, such as SMAC, SHA-256 or RSA. For example, ALG algorithm SS256 and type is JWT. Then this JSON is base 64 URL encoded to form the first part of JWT. Secondly, what is payload? Payload. The second part of the token is the payload, which contain the claims. Claims are statement about an entity, typically the user, and additional metadata. There are three types of claims: registered, public, or private claims. Registered claims. These are set of predefined claims that are not mandatory but recommended to provide set of useful interpolable claims. Some of them are ISS, issue jar, EXP, expiration time, subject, and audience, and others. Notice that the claims name are only 3 character. Along with JWT, it means to be compact. Public claim. This can be defined at will be those using JWT, but to avoid collisions, they should be defined in a JSON Web Token registry, or be defined as a URI and contain a collision resistance namespace. Private claims. These are the custom claims created to share information between parties that are agree on using them, and neither registered public claims. Example of the payload could be subnet 123 etc. Name John Doe and admin 2. The payload is then base 64 URL encoded to form the second part of the JSON Web Token. Third is the signature. To create the signature part, you have to take the encode header. The encoded payload a secret algorithm is specified in the header and sign that. For example, if you want to use SMAC SHA-256 algorithm, the signature will be created on the following ways: SMAC SHA-256 base URL encode header plus dot this string plus base 64 URL encode payload, and then secret key. The signature is used to verify the message wasn't sent along with OA. In the case of the token signed with the private key, it can also be verified that is the sender of the JWT who it said. Putting all together, the output of the 3 base 64 URL strings separated by dot that can be easily passed in HTML and HTTP environment while being more compact when compared to XML based standards such as SAML. The following shows the JWT that has the previous header and payload encode, and it is signed with the secret. This is the 3 token. One is the payload. First is header, second is payload, and signature. It's a header. This is header, payload, and this is signature. How do JSON Web Token work? In authentication, when the user successfully logs in using their credential, a JSON Web Token will be returned and must be saved locally, typically in local storage. But cookies can be also used instead of the traditional approach, creating session in the server and returning a cookies. Again, we can see the JWT diagram. First one, when user from the browser first user login with username and password and send to the an application server. An application server create a JWT with a secret and return to the browser JWT token. Second time, when send the JWT on the authorization header when any API call, then again server check the JWT signature and get user information from the JWT, and then finally send response to the client. So what is the main advantage of JWTs? One is no session to manage stateless. Second is portable, homogeneous. Third, no cookies required. Is mobile friendly, built-in expiration. Don't need to log out. No session to you manage stateless. The token has everything you need to identify user, and rest of your app's state can be stored and local storage on the client side. No need for a session object stored on the server. Portable. A single token can be used with multiple backend even on different domains. No cookies required. You can store the token however we want. The local storage, IndexedDB, or some native store cookies if you really want. Mobile friendly, developing native apps, iOS, Android, Windows, and it's difficult and cumbersome with cookies. Example, you have to deal with cookies container, but adapting a token based approach greatly simplify this. Built-in expressions. JWT has standard claims that can be set the payload when a new token is created. Nothing more need to be done. Don't need to log out. Just throw away the token when you are done with it. It will expire on own. You usually want to give short expiration time, but if you really want to, you can keep track a blacklist of tokens that are marked as invalid on the server, which could be added from explicitly logout from an administrator marking certain token is invalid. Thank you.